Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading. This time it's on Taylor Swift again. We've taken a little break from her, but she is everywhere again because of the Grammys. So if you haven't seen my last Taylor Swift reading, I'll put a link to it up here. Okay, so I have been trying to avoid doing stuff on Taylor because we did so much already, but I gotta do it again. So she was extremely polarizing at the Grammys. She won 2 Grammys. It's controversial. She did controversial things with Celine. She did controversial things with Elena. Everyone's calling her mean, this, that, the other, whatever. Here's my thing, okay? I just started to like this girl, and now she does stuff to piss me off. And so now I'm kind of like, you're pissing me off. So I understand why people are mad, 'cause I'm a little pissed off too. I'm just not really liking her vibe. But she announced a new album, which is also weird because it's been like just a year and you're already releasing an album. It's just weird. So I definitely don't understand it from a personal perspective. You're overexposed. You're the biggest pop star, the biggest celebrity. Your tour is massive. Your man is going to the Super Bowl. You're going to be at the Super Bowl. Your tour is still going on. You're completely overexposed and you release a new album. Like, I don't know. It just seems very strange. Like, I feel like you should want people to miss you. So I'm going to kind of look at this album. It's called, not me not knowing the name. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick because y'all going to get mad at me that I don't know the name. The Tortured Poets Department. And so I'm going to basically see what's going on with this album and see like what it's going to be. I've done this for her previous album, Midnights, and I was right about it. I predicted Anti-Hero. I'll put a link to that if I remember. And I did this also for Ari, and I was right about that. So let's see if I can do it again. I did it for Beyonce, too. I predicted Renaissance, too. I forgot about that. So I've got a good track record with this. So let's see if I can do it again. I don't know. Taylor's a wild card. So remember, these readings are all alleged from Taylor only. Let's get started. Okay, and if you guys like this, you can join my YouTube memberships, $5, $10, $15 tier, get access to exclusive pick a card, story times you can read for me. Okay, so I want to do Taylor Swift's current energy. I want to see where she's at currently. Oh shit, Ace of Swords. So she's ready to fight. I mean, we're not shocked, right? Apparently, allegedly, this album is titled after a group chat that her ex, Joe Alwyn, was a part of. So a lot of the song tracks, the titles, definitely give like she's mad at him and it's going to be a petty album towards him. So it doesn't surprise me that she's the Ace of Swords. She's definitely ready to fight. Let's see the album. 3 of Pentacles. And then what's this? The Justice card reversed. What the fuck? Hold on. Are you serious right now? Oh. Oh, she did not expect to win the Grammy. So, okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing her being disappointed in the digestion of the public towards Midnights. And I see her being kind of pissed off, almost like what happened with Red, where she's kind of a little pissed off. So 3 of Pentacles is her job, and the Justice card is her feeling like she didn't get what she deserved. So there's a feeling of her being like, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. It wasn't exactly what I wanted. It wasn't what it should have been. I'm wondering if the Hangman is sacrificed, the 2 of Wands upright, and the 8 of Pentacles reverse. Oh my God, this coincides with my other readings with her. Oh my God. Midnights was originally going to be harsher. And it was originally going to really go into her and Joe. And she redid it, repulled it, retooled it. And that's why we're getting this album, because this is leftover. She tried it. These are leftover ideas from what Midnights was supposed to be. She tried it. Because to me, for some reason, she went soft on him. I think it has to do with what I saw earlier, which is that I think a part of her thought they would get back together, or there was potential for them to get back together. So she went easy and didn't go too hard. And now that I think she realizes that he's moving on and she's already moved on to multiple guys since then, I think she's like, let me give what I wanted to give in the first place. And I think that's why this album is rushed. I think that's why this album is happening so quickly after Midnight's, because it's her way of doing a redo. I mean, I'm sure she's changed it a little bit. I'm sure she's added new things. But this idea and the core of this, when she says she was working on it 2 years ago, that's because this is what Midnight's was originally supposed to be. I see this very strongly. And that's also why I think that she was shocked. I don't think she thought she was going to win the Grammy, because she's like, Taylor Swift was aware that Midnight's was not her best work. And I think she was mad that she put out what she put out because it wasn't what she wanted. There's a part of her that feels like, for the first time ever, I put a man before my career. And I think she has resentment towards him for that. But it ended up getting her Grammy. So now she's kind of fucked, because she's kind of like stuck in this weird phase of like, do I pull the trigger or do I not? I think there's a part of her she doesn't have guilt for talking shit about anyone. This girl will have guilt for talking shit about Joe. I'm telling you. You guys can get mad at me, but I'm telling you, she will have guilt for talking about Joe, because the King of Cups, the Five of Cups upright, and the Queen of Pentacles tells me that he wanted her to put her career on the back burner and focus on her personal life. I've seen this a million times. He was smart for that, because I agree with him. And I think we all agree that she needed to prioritize herself. Okay? You've already proven your career. But what's interesting here is the Queen of Pentacles versus the King of Cups, which tells me that she's going to have guilt for shit talking him, because she's going to do exactly what he claimed that she did. So there's a part of her that wants him to hurt. There's a part of her that wants to say what she wants to say. And then there's also a part of her that realizes, but then I become what he said I am. I become the monster that he said I am. I wonder if that's going to be one of the lyrics in the songs, or one of the songs going to be about that. You say that I'm this way, well, guess what? I'm going to be that way. Like, there's that feeling that she has of like, fine, then I am that way. But I also see her being like, well, fuck, that also makes me hurt. Very complex. Her feelings with Joe are very complex. Very, very complex. I think that this is her way of realizing that you guys are going to get mad at me, but I don't care. I've been saying this for years. I think this is going to be her way of realizing that she's the reason that they broke up. You guys get mad when I say that, but she is. And so I feel like this is her way of kind of slowly realizing that it's her fault. King of Wands reversed, High Priestess reversed, and Hermit. She has been trying to bait him into doing something bad so that the public will be on her side when she rips him a new one, but he hasn't taken the bait and he doesn't care. And she's trying so hard to get him to care, but he don't give a fuck, okay? And I think she needs to be careful, because I think she might go too hard and it's going to be like kicking a puppy. I don't think the public is going to be on her side. So this is the problem. Okay, she's overexposed, and this has happened to her once before, and I guess she didn't learn her lesson, is that the public likes to build you up to break you down, right? But right now she's overexposed, and she's in love with someone new. So unless her and Travis break up, but she's supposedly in love with someone new, and you can read you can see my readings on her and Travis, because I've already spilled that tea. But for me, it's like the public is not going to take lightly to that. And here's the thing you also need to keep in mind, right? When it comes to Super Bowl fans, okay, and the majority of mainstream white America, they are not going to like America's sweetheart dating, well, I guess she's America's sweetheart, but America's like sweetheart man and sweetheart woman, whatever the fuck. They're not going to like the girl talking about her ex. They're going to find it disrespectful. They always do this. Middle America and all that. They always are like, that's disrespectful talking about your ex when you have a new man, which I agree to some extent it is. They're going to rip her a new one for that. So here's my thing. I think what she doesn't realize is that I don't think the public, the Swifties are going to be on her side because they stand her. It's like a cult. But I don't think the public is going to be on her side as much as they usually are. Like, for some reason, it's like this is not going to go the way she thinks it's going to go. And I said this, I had this feeling that her accepting that Grammy was like some sort of voodoo. It's almost like a curse, where it's like, I feel like the energy shifted as soon as she accepted that Grammy. It's almost like a spell was put like on everyone and everything, like, or a spell was broken, or like it just felt like a curse to me energetically when she accepted that Grammy. And it's just like the Ten of Swords is self-sabotage, the Two of Cups reverse, and the Magician's reverse, which is like, I genuinely don't think she realizes that she completely self-sabotaged that relationship. And I think that this experience through her next album cycle, I think, and her relationship with her new man, I think she's going to finally realize that it's her fault. Like, I actually think through poor actions and her acting bratty, I think she's going to realize that it was her fault. Now I know people are like, oh, well, he cheated. He may have cheated. I don't know if he cheated or not. I didn't see it in my last reading. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. I mean, if you ask me, I don't think it happened, but maybe it did. I don't know. It wasn't there, right? If I don't see it, there's possible I just didn't see it and it was there. But my thing is, what happened before that? Because I just don't buy that he's the villain in the story. Sorry. You're not going to get me to believe that. But hey, do what you want to do. As for the album, I fear that this album is going to be shit on even if it's good. It reminds me of, Karma has its kiss. I'm going to be petty for a second. I'm a Katy cat. And if you remember when Witness was released, okay, everyone wanted to hate it. And so they hated it even though it's an amazing album. And Taylor Swift and her had a giant feud, and I was on Katy's side for that feud. I think the same thing is going to happen to her with this album. Now, it may do really well. It may sell really well. Obviously, Taylor Swift, everything she touches turns to gold. But people want to hate on Taylor Swift, and so they are going to hate on Taylor Swift. And I think they're going to comment on things that have no relevance to the album during the cycle, because I see her trying to control the narrative on social media and it not working because people don't care about that anymore. It's basically like how Katy Perry released Witness, and all anyone could talk about is politics and weird things and her hair cutting instead of the actual music. And I'm worried that that's exactly, well, I'm not worried because karma's a bitch. It's going to happen to you too. You do it to others, it comes back to you tenfold, right? You have a song about it. And so I think that's going to happen to Taylor Swift, where the media is going to focus on a different aspect other than the album, and they're going to rip her a new one. And to be honest with you, heavy is the head that wears the crown, like Katy Perry said. The emperor is here, which tells me that you're absolutely going to deal with a pushback from the public. The Knight of Wands is reversed, the Devil card's reversed, the Nine of Swords. People have built resentment, they're frustrated. I think everyone liked when she was building her up, but now she's getting a little too cocky. And, there's a lot of daggers pointed at her. Right? You stepped on everyone to get to the top, and that's fine, but the Swifties are going to be mad at me. And listen, I'm just telling you what I see. That's her, the Sagittarius, the Queen of Wands reverse, the Eight of Wands upright, and the Seven of Pentacles, which tells me that things are going to change for her. She's going to be out of her element, out of her comfort zone, because people aren't going to be giving her the benefit of the doubt like they used to. Remember, this woman's a billionaire. And everyone is in an eat the rich mentality right now. So it's like you are stepping into waters that... The other thing is that her influence, right? There's articles saying that she could influence our entire and persuade people and in effect our entire presidential election. This woman is absolutely way too influential. And if you think that other powerful people aren't going to make sure that she doesn't remain powerful, you're delusional. Like, once you start affecting or potentially having the potential to affect other people's money and politics, you are too strong. And so you're definitely going to see the beginnings of the downfall of Taylor Swift. I've been predicting this, and I'm telling you, this Grammy switch the energy, and the album is going to push the negative wave further. I'm telling you. She is a threat. But the thing is that I don't feel sorry for her because she knew what she was getting into. The Page of Swords is upright, the Four of Swords, and the Fool's reverse. I mean, the conversation is going to be how ruthless she is. The conversation is going to be how mean she is, how she doesn't forgive people. I think that's a big thing. I see forgiveness. Now, that might be talked about in the album, her struggling to forgive people. But I see forgiveness being a very big topic of conversation with her in her music and in this album. I think forgiveness is a big topic, how she doesn't know how to forgive or struggles with it. And I think the media is going to talk about the fact that she can't forgive. The Fool is about growing up and maturing, but the Page of Swords always fighting, and the Four of Swords is forgiveness, but she can't do. I get it. I mean, I've been there. I also think that her album was not supposed to be released this quickly. The Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands reversed, and the Two of Pentacles says that something scared her to make her push the album up. Something from her past. She's trying to beat somebody to the pulp. I don't know who this is. She's trying to beat somebody to something. There's a race. Six of Pentacles is contracts and business. 10 of Pentacles is about long-term. And then the Seven of Wands, the underdog, which means I'm going to beat you to the pulp, the punch. So she's trying to get ahead of someone. Now, I don't know if she's trying to get ahead of a story. I don't know if she's trying to get the news on her side before dirt comes out about her. I don't know if she's trying to get ahead of another industry person. I don't know if she's trying to get ahead of another singer. But I can tell you that she's absolutely trying to get ahead of somebody. There's a part of her that's like, nope. It has to do with business and competitiveness. Four of Pentacles, greedy, selfish card, temperance card, balance. And the Lovers card is someone that she doesn't really favor. So she's trying to get ahead of someone. She's actually trying to block someone from something. Yep, there it is, the Sun reverse. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Who are you trying to block? The Sun reverse. I'm trying to block the sun from being able to shine on you. The Judgment card. I want no one to see you. Embarrassed, ashamed. I want no one to see you. I want no one to be looking at you. The Ten of Wands, release the burden. Release this. She wants to overshadow someone, for sure. Who is this? Knight of Cups reversed, Death card reversed, and Eight of Swords reversed. It's immature. This person took a swipe at her. I feel like this person took a swipe at her like 10 years ago, though. This makes me feel like someone did something to her like 10 years ago. And she's held on to it forever. Like, it feels like someone did something to her a long periodically a time ago. And she's held on to it. It doesn't have to be 10 years. It just feels like it's something that's very old. So it could be like a year. It could be like 2 years. It just feels like something that no one's really talking about. Maybe people don't know. They might know. They might not. I'm not sure. But it's just ancient. I feel like it's ancient. Because I can see her like dusting off something. The World's upright. The Five of Swords reversed. And the Seven of Swords. She's being petty. From a failure. Someone kicked her when she was down. Someone kicked her when she was down. The Moon's reversed. The Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. Yep. Someone kicked her when she was down, and she found out. I don't know if she found out recently. Oh, she did. Someone snitched. Empress. Someone snitched. I think she had an inclination that someone did something to her, but she never got proof. Didn't I see this in a reading previously? I may have in a previous Taylor reading. She didn't have proof that someone did something to her until recently. And multiple people were involved. And I think that's why this album was pushed up. Three of Wands, Knight of Swords reversed, and Tower. Her ability to not forgive and to not let go is going to be her downfall. Tower's reversed and Three of Wands. I think she's overestimating her influence. She needs to be very, very careful. If I was Taylor Swift, I would not be releasing this quickly. But if she is dead set on releasing this, I would say drop it and don't say anything. Let the music speak for itself. This is an album where the music needs to speak for itself. So if she doesn't just let the music speak for itself, she's going to be in for a rude awakening. I just feel like no one cares except for her. Honestly, a part of me feels sorry for her because no one else cares. The Six of Wands reversed, the Five of Pentacles upright, and the Nine of Cups. This girl has gotten everything she's ever wanted. Nine of Cups, you've managed to manifest everything, all of your dreams. The Six of Wands reversed, though, which tells me that your ego is still hurt. And the Five of Pentacles. I think that she thought that she could heal a bruised ego by gaining success and accolades. And I think this album is finally going to be the moment where she realizes success doesn't make me feel better. She's going to have to learn forgiveness. That's the only lesson she has not learned is forgiveness. And she's going to have to learn it. And she's going to learn it hard. I don't understand why I'm reading stuff like this when you're supposedly in love, Taylor. You want to explain that to the class? I know Travis Kelce is an airhead, bitch. I know if you knock on his head, it echoes. The Ace of Wands upright, the Queen of Swords, and Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is what I see. I see Taylor being single. Now, here's what I will say. Do I think that her and Travis are going to break up? Yes, I've said that for a while, though. Do I think it's possible that energetically they could be broken up and she could be single, but they could still be together? Yes. Because I've pulled stuff like this where people are broken up, but they're still together. Because for some reason, people like to stay together even when they're not compatible and even when they're miserable. So, you know, maybe she'll get proposed to. I mean, Ace of Wands is sometimes, you know, the birth of something new. That could be pregnancy or proposal. So it's possible. But the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords is an independent woman, and that is a single woman who does what she wants to do. And so for me, I just don't see it for them. I just don't see Taylor invested in that relationship the way everyone else sees it. I just don't see her in love. But that's my opinion. And maybe it'll change. You know, maybe this will change. You know, maybe if they do, maybe if she gets proposed to or if she eventually gets pregnant or something, maybe she will start to value him. But basically what I'm saying is Taylor Swift in her mind is single. She might be acting in a relationship, but she's still processing and dealing with the trauma of her last serious relationship. And so she can't be in a healthy mind, in a healthy state of mind to be in a relationship until she processes this. So that's why she's showing up as disconnected from him, and that's why she's showing up as single. And a lot of times this does lead to a breakup, I'm not gonna lie. But that's up to them. They decide this. That's their relationship. They want to stay together and work through this. More power to them. I'm happy. I think he would be good for her. I just don't think she likes him. Right now she's obsessed with her ex, and I stand behind that. So, yeah, basically TLDR, she needs to learn forgiveness. This album is going to touch on forgiveness. And I think we're going to see some sides to her where we start to really question if she's able to forgive. I think that her shallow emotional depth, like her emotional depth is too shallow. And I think people are going to start to question that. So I think it's going to make her question herself. I think that Taylor Swift does not know. I'm going to say something big. Taylor Swift, I'm scream. Taylor Swift does not know who she is. Taylor Swift only sees who she is through the lens of the public. So whatever the public says she is, she mirrors. And I think she's going to start to realize that what the public has to say and what they mirror to her is not who she feels like she is, and it's going to send her into an identity crisis. I mean, she went through a Saturn return, right? So I'm not surprised now that she's getting out of it, right? She's in her getting into her mid 30s. I'm not surprised that she's starting to really figure out, I am becoming what is projected onto me. I am an empty vessel and an empty shell that people are pouring into, and that's who I am. I don't think she's really realizing, and I think she's going to start to realize that, like, I need to figure this shit out. Like, what am I doing? Who am I? And I think this is why she thinks she's a people pleaser. I don't think she's a people pleaser, but I think this is why she thinks she's a people pleaser, is because she just lets people pour into her and she becomes that for them. But that's a loss of identity. That's not a people pleaser. So, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Maybe it's complicated, but let me know if I should do another reading clarifying this or anything else with Taylor Swift. But I really feel like something was set in motion energetically when she accepted that Grammy. It feels dark for me. I feel a dark cloud over Taylor Swift. I do. Still haven't decided if I think that she's like a narcissist or not yet. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think she's a narcissist? Because that's a big topic of conversation right now. I don't know. What do you think? All right. If you guys like that, make sure you join my YouTube memberships. $5, $10, $15 tier. You get access to the pick a card story times you can be reading for me. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. Hit the bell for notifications when I upload next and subscribe down below. I do go live on YouTube as well, and I do readings for people there, but I also go live on Twitch and TikTok and do readings there as well. Till next time. Bye, guys.